Hello, my Cancer family. This is Barb at Mystic Door Tarot, and this is your weekly tarot reading for you, Cancer, for June 1st through the 7th. Thank you for joining me today, and if you're new to my channel, welcome. And please subscribe and join me each and every day for my quick glance daily readings. Just a reminder, these are general readings. For a personalized reading, click on my website link below. So let's get started and see what your cards are indicating this week. Starting with your first card, Cancer, your anchor card for the reading. Oops, there we go. The Queen of Cups. Well, the first thing to know, Cancer, is that the Queen of Cups, this is your card. So with this being your anchor card, this just amplifies your energy for this week. Now first, let's take a good look at the Queen of Cups card here. And on this particular card, this is a really extraordinary cup, very ornamental, and one with a lid on it. This cup is always kept very close to the Queen of Cups. She is connected with this cup because inside is her connection to the divine. She sits on her throne with all her authority and ability to be receptive and intuitive to the messages from the divine. The crown upon her head, that represents the relationship with the divine. You see her, let's see if it'll, there we go. You see her intently staring at this cup. She is using her intuitive powers to gain insight. Now, the cup's energy is always associated with the element of water. And the cups signify your emotions, your imagination, and most of all, your intuition. And there's usually a river or stream flowing by, or the Queen of Cups is actually immersed, sitting in the water, which represents the changing emotions of this queen and her ability to replenish herself spiritually and emotionally. Now, the actual traits of this queen, in general, is one in which she's very loving and caring and a supportive woman. She's a very good listener because this queen helps others to understand their own emotions. And once again, she is connected to her higher self and receptive to the messages from her dreams. She pays close attention to her feelings and intuition, and she always listens to her heart. She gives so much to others, which is why she requires solitude in order to restore herself. And being near water restores and inspires her. This is a very artistic person as well as being a true visionary. Now, at times, there can be a downside to the traits of this queen. Sometimes she can be moody, emotionally manipulative, or possibly deceitful. Now, with all of that said and done, this is your card, Cancer. This is your power. This is your intuition showing up. And most of you possess at least some of the traits of this queen. Most of you will fall into the category of being very nurturing, caring individuals. You listen to other people's problems, and you give so much of yourself to others. So with this card, which is your card, Cancer, and it's your anchor card for the reading, it's got a lot to do with your next few cards, whatever they may be. What we do know is you might be calling upon some of your intuitive abilities to get you through this week. So let's take a look and see what's next. Major Arcana card, Strength. Now, first, this card is showing up for a specific reason. Just the name of the card, strength. It's showing up because the strength card wants you to have faith in yourself, your gifts, your intuitive psychic abilities. Have faith in those gifts and your purpose and who you are, Cancer. The strength card is all about your inner strength and your faith in yourself. And when the major arcana cards show up in a reading, it usually indicates some kind of significant change or turning point in your life. The strength card definitely could mean that you need to call upon your deep inner strength this week. Possibly for some Cancers, there could be some kind of conflict that you're dealing with, someone or something. And what this card is indicating is to face your situation or that person actually with love and compassion. And know that it's not giving up or giving in or letting somebody walk all over you. This is exactly what this woman has done on this card. She's tamed the beast. So it's kind of like taming the situation at hand. And the number 8 energy of this card is about influence. And we always say that we don't have control with the things that are presented to us, but we can control how we react to them. So there's some change that's going to need you to be at the top of your game, because with the Queen of Cups being your card, it's amplifying your power this week. And then with your next card being strength, is telling you to just call upon everything you've got, Cancer. Now, one thing to note is that the strength card here, this is actually Leo's card, and that is very fiery energy for anyone to deal with. And the strength card is associated with your first chakra, your root or base chakra, and also your fourth chakra, which is your heart chakra. So this is something that you're really going to take to heart. You might have to start with a clean slate or a clean base emotionally. What I'm picking up on so much is this is going to be such an emotional week for you. You're going to need to be strong, Cancer. Now, taking a look at your next card, the Queen of Swords. Well, the first thing that's coming through, even though the Queen of Cups is actually your card, you've got 2 queens with strength right in the middle. What's coming through is there's going to be some gossip around you this week. And depending on the positioning, 2 queens in a reading can indicate 2-faced friends right there in your inner circle. This could be a fellow water sign and also an air sign. Now, the Queen of Swords is a very independent woman. She has great clarity of thought. She's a fantastic communicator, a sharp mind with a keen sense of justice and fairness. But sometimes her rational thought comes at the cost of emotional insight for this queen. She can be very cutting with her words and doesn't really think about or even consider others' feelings when she speaks the truth. This is where this might be someone in your inner circle of friends, Cancer, that is gossiping, talking about possibly some private information in regards to you. This can be in the workplace. This can be with your personal friends. And this can also be in your family. Now, just looking at these 2 queens here, and if you pull the cards together, they've got their backs to each other. I can just feel the tension just looking at these cards. Let's pull this up to the camera a little bit more. Look at that. You can just feel that tension there. The Queen of Cups is intently looking at the divine, her cup, for guidance. And with the Queen of Swords, she's ready and armed with her sword. That's her communication. Now, pulling these cards apart, Strength is in the middle. And the reason for that, Cancer, is because you will need to draw upon that inner strength. Now, the 3-card spread adds up to number 10. So this is definitely completion. Something is definitely ending here. Possibly a friendship, a relationship of some sorts. Now, moving on to your next card, Cancer, this is your overall energy card for your entire reading. The Major Arcana card, Judgment. Well, here is a big indication that you have changes coming your way. The Judgment card is a card of drastic change. And this card, as your overall energy to this reading, is indicating that your current phase of life is coming to an end. This is something that you're really going to be looking over and reviewing. You're going to look at ways that you succeeded, possibly where you may have failed, and what lessons have you learned this time, Cancer? Because change is unavoidable. You will benefit now by being accountable for your choices and behavior. So you need to be honest with yourself, Cancer. And this is where you're going to be calling upon your anchor card, the Queen of Cups, your energy, because you need to tune into your higher calling to learn where to go next. Now, looking at the Judgment card here, we see the angel blowing his trumpet, which is indicating an important message. Sometimes the Judgment card and energy can indicate a situation in the past might be resurrected in some form, and that'll shape your future. That can involve the two queens, the two, someone in your inner circle. Now, it's in regards to relationships. This can indicate a second chance, but that would be up to the individuals involved. Your Strength card, Cancer, is telling you to handle the situation with love and compassion. But for some of you, your numerology is telling you something's coming to an end. So it's going to depend on your individual situations. The number 20 of the Judgment card is empowerment, and the number 20 is primarily focused on relationships. It understands the dynamic of relationships better than the essence represented by any other number. So you might say the number 20 is something of a diplomat, a negotiator. So this is your overall energy getting you through the week. Now let's take a look and see which crystal your angels and guides have suggested for you for this week. Obsidian. Well, your angels and guides are certainly wanting you to have protection this week. Obsidian crystal is a highly protective crystal. Obsidian will provide you this week with a grounded, protective energy. This crystal reminds you of the importance of psychic protection, which is relating to your Queen of Cups card, your psychic connection with the divine. Your angels and guides want you to know it's very important that you feel protected on all levels. Their message is to keep yourself physically protected, especially when you're by yourself, Cancer, and to take note of your surroundings. Always pay attention to any feelings or warnings that you may receive. This is the time to tune in, Cancer. if you have a bad feeling this week about going to a particular place, an event, an area, take note and acknowledge that feeling. Perhaps being extra cautious if you do go, or just changing your plans. This is a week that your angels and guides want you to protect yourself spiritually by surrounding yourself with as many positive people that you can. There is an indication that there is someone who is quite draining or negative in your life, and you need to protect yourself from this energy. The Obsidian Crystal is associated with your root chakra. This is your base. And your reading is indicating like you're wiping the slate clean emotionally. So you need to have this crystal with you to offer protection, as it helps remove negativity and restores your energy. So Cancer, be sure that you have the Obsidian Crystal with you this week. You have the overall energy card of empowerment. You have the major arcana card strength, helping you to pull from your inner reserves to get through the challenges. But you are dealing with two queens and possibly gossip and exposure of information that should have been kept quiet. The Obsidian Crystal will be an additional protection for you this week. Now, I leave you with the message of the cards, Cancer. It's a very intense reading, very emotional. But it is all within your own hands. You decide your own destiny, Cancer. Thank you so much for joining me today. Be sure to subscribe and help support my channel. Love and abundance to my Cancer family.